Hello, welcome my beautiful friends and fellow seekers. Welcome to Spirit and Soul Sessions. How are you? Hey Jack, good to see you. How's the sound? Can you hear me? Ooh, looks like I need to adjust something. Hey, how's everybody? What's going on? Excuse me, small technical issues. There we go. Much better. What's going on, Jack? How you feeling, dear? Job's been good. It's a training week. Just learning the ropes. So it's been super fun. Let me see about... I like learning, and as long as I don't get overwhelmed and I respect the process, it's all wonderful. How about you? How are you today? You got a small group to start. That's fun. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. How's the music? Volume? Oops, I've got something on the screen. Today is November 13th. I don't have the future dates, so I'll turn that off. There we go. Who else is here today? You can't hear it, but you're a little hard of hearing, and you have tinnitus. Oh, that would make it difficult, wouldn't it? Well, let's see. I'll try to... maybe that. Who else is here that can verify how this sound of the music is? We don't want it to be louder than my voice. No, I thought we'd go au naturel. Do you want me to have a background? It's been a busy day. I've had meetings all week with the new job, and so I was trying to get some new tech set up, and it didn't work quite right, so I'm keeping it simple right now. I have plenty of backgrounds. I'll find some more. Very nice. Who else is coming in to say hi? Is anyone first time? Anyone want to say hi? Let me turn some lighting, a little more lighting on. There we go. Hello, David. Good to see you. How's everybody in your neck of the woods? Oh, you guys haven't made a time change yet, huh? Yeah, 9 p.m. is sleepy. I'm good. I'm good. Very well. Okay, no problem, Jack. David, can you hear the background music okay? Oh, no wonder. How about now? Yeah, that was my fault. Smidge settings. I was testing some settings. Gonna lower it a little. Can you still hear it? Oh, there you go, Jack. Yeah, it was my fault. Sorry about that, dear. Yay! It's great. Glad to hear it. Welcome, welcome, everybody. Is it your first time? Please say hello. We'll just wait a few minutes for some more of our friends to come in, and then we will start. Tell me what's going on. How is your spiritual journey, my friends? What's going new or different or same as whatever? Is that Allison? I think I see Allison. Hi, Allison. Very fond of Allison's hair. Good to see you, dear. How's life? How's Toronto doing? Yes, happy to have you here too. Welcome, welcome, welcome to your Wednesday evening. Jack, that actually, the snow stuck for the day, that day. I didn't think it would stick. Jack is referencing, hi April, good to see you. How's retirement treating you? Jack's referencing a video I put up on my Instagram showing the first snow here in Fort Collins, Colorado, and it was just one of those lovely snows, big thick flakes and just sort of softly, gently floating down like a snow globe sort of thing. And I didn't think it would stick because the air temperature was like 36, which is above freezing, but it stuck and it covered all the trees and it covered all the ground. And we had it for maybe 24 hours, but it's been all gone. Apparently this place gets a lot of snow. It did look so pretty. Yeah, it was absolutely gorgeous. I love first snows. I'm not a big fan of living in snow, but I do appreciate how beautiful it can be. April, I'm glad you're well. What has it been now? A month or two that you've retired? Hard to keep track of everybody's stuffs. If you're new, feel free to say hi. My name is Greg Phillips. I'm an intuitive and a spiritual guide, and today what we're going to be doing is going on energetic journeys into our heart. You guys are going to get to vote as to whether you want to go on a spirit walk or a soul journey, and I'll explain the difference in a few minutes. But it is a beautiful experience. Some people think it's simply a guided meditation or a guided visualization, but many of us actually literally go somewhere. I feel like I go somewhere energetically, and I feel like I'm guiding and leading you guys on an actual energetic journey. So you've already bought your ticket by showing up today. 4 months? Has so much of my life gone by that it's been, oh my God, 4 months. Hello, Sherry, good to see you. Suleiman, happy to see you too. Welcome, welcome, welcome. 4 months, April, that's amazing. It's really been, that means you retired, you retired right when I was going to Utah. That must be why I'm having trouble referencing it, because I've had so much going on and happening in my life. Very cool. Suleiman, how are you? Sherry, what's going on, dear? At least now we have the music in place and my sound is good. Everybody, I sound okay? Oh, I'm in a big comfy chair. Big comfy chair, which I'm gonna sit back and relax in while we go on the journey today. Awesome, thanks, Allison. I sound good. My friends, I'm happy to be here today. Happy to be here with you guys. Do you guys have a sense yet what you're going to vote on for the journey today? Oh, that's right, Allison. This is your first. So there's two choices. It's a spirit walk or a soul journey. So a spirit walk, both of them we journey into our hearts, into our sacred energy. The spirit walk's theme is going to meet our guides. So that could either be for asking specific guidance, like if you have a question for them, or just to be introduced to them, or bask in their love and support. And just in general, it's a guides, a spirit guides related journey. And then the soul journey, same thing, going into our heart, into our sacred energy. And that is all about meeting a lost soul fragment. In the way that I view, it's like shadow work, but I don't call it shadow work because I personally find the phrase shadow work, I don't know, there's lots of different kinds of it. But in this case, a soul journey is to go with love and presence and allowing and meet that lost fragment. I sort of believe, not sort of, I do believe that those parts of ourselves that when we were younger, or when we were, even if it was just a year ago, when we were challenged and we couldn't face, or felt like we could not be present with what was happening, I believe that we took away a little fragment of our souls, and we store it away for safekeeping until a later point when we've either grown spiritually enough, or grown wiser, or just gotten older or more mature, that we're actually ready to meet that lost soul fragment. And what I love to do with the journey, it doesn't always happen for folks, but I love to aim the journey towards reintegrating that soul fragment, because it really is a part of ourselves that we've just tucked away. So that's the choice between the two. Jack says, I love both, but have such a profound experiences with the soul journeys. I really feel I'm healing. Thanks so much, Rick. You're welcome, Jack. That's cool. Yeah. I really appreciate that. It is a win-win. It is a win-win, Allison. They're pretty much the same thing. So think of Allison attended the Celebrate Love party last week, which was awesome. Was it last week already? Oh my God, it was last week already. Crazy. So last Wednesday, every first Wednesday, for anyone who's new or hasn't heard this, every first Wednesday of the month, I host a Celebrate Love party where we go on a sacred energy journey based on the theme of love. And we had a really, really powerful one last Wednesday that Allison got to have her first experience going on a journey with. So we had a lot of fun. Hey, Gypsy. Yes, indeed, win-wins. Yes, everyone should come to the next. It's all love offering based donation. It's on Zoom, and camera is optional. I don't require anybody to show their face if they don't want to, but it is a very deep experience. And I don't exactly remember how you phrased it, Allison, but what I was really most touched with last week was how much she in particular was appreciating the opportunity to have such open-hearted sharing and to sort of be in community with the other people there. So if you're looking for a deeper sense of connection with other people beyond just typing here an Insight Timer, the Celebrate Love parties are lovely. And all you have to do is go to my teacher link here, yaygreg.com. It's the very first link on top of my link tree. And it's an ongoing event every first Wednesday of the month. So the next one it's one of my favorite things to do, actually. The next one is going to be December 4th. And yes, I am going to have one on January 1st on New Year's Day. So I'm really excited to kick off 2025 with a Celebrate Love party. So it's going to be pretty awesome. I will be doing more events down the road, but I just started a new job on Monday, so I'm trying to get into the flow of the meetings and the time requirement. It's only part-time, but also mostly the flow of my own energy and the rhythm for that. So the first few days were good, Sherry. First day was great. Yesterday was overwhelming, and today was great. So a little of the overwhelm was all the overwhelm was because I was getting a little too attached with things having to be a certain way. But once I let that go, I was actually very much enjoying it. So I'm really looking forward to getting into the grist of the work, shall you say, right now. I'm just learning about the company and the process. Yeah, it's even though I won't get paid until the beginning of December, because I have to bill them on a monthly basis. I do track my hours, and it's just been fun to track the hours and look at how much abundance will be coming my way as I put the hours in each day. So it's pretty fun that way. Eventually, I won't need a part-time job. Eventually, journeys with Greg will be so powerful. Everyone will want to go on heart wisdom journeys, and we'll be full of people, both on Insight Timer and off of Insight Timer, and that will 100%, 150% sustain my way of life. So that I'm looking forward to that someday in the near future. So I think we're ready to get into the vote. Is anyone new? Want to say hi? Any questions about what we're doing today? I am very, very thirsty, so I'll be drinking quite a lot. All right, so here's the format today. We're going to start with a quick little tap into our hearts to see what our intuition says about whether you guys want to go on a spirit walk or a soul journey. I will explain the difference again in a minute. Then we're going to go on the journey. It's basically a guided journey into our hearts, into our very own sacred energy, which is totally in the now, and really a profound and meaningful experience for a lot of people. And we're doing this collectively. So one thing to remember is that as we do this, we're not only raising your individual vibration, but everybody else in the group and everybody else on the planet, because we are contributing to the evolution of humanity, really, whenever we do this. After we go on the journey, there'll be time for open sharing. It's not required. If you feel so moved and inspired to share about your journey, I love hearing about them. And then that will also be the opportunity or the time for folks to ask for any clarifications about their journey. Sometimes items or circumstances or occurrences happen in a journey that are confusing or unclear. So then you can ask a question about that, and I will most likely channel a response or just intuitively channel it. And then we'll see how the rest unfolds. So a spirit walk is going to meet your guides. You go to meet your guides to maybe ask a question. You're looking for guidance. Maybe you're just looking to meet them for the first time or meet them more deeply, to bask in their love and support, whatever it may be. That's what a spirit walk is. So if you end up voting for that, that's what it is. A soul journey is where we go deep into our hearts as well, and we go and meet a lost fragment of our soul, a part of ourselves that we've tucked away for safekeeping, that we're now ready to look at, hopefully heal, accept, embrace, and reintegrate it. It doesn't always result in reintegration. Sometimes it's simply just acknowledgement. But that's what they are. So we're going to do a quick tap in. Close your eyes, my friends, feet flat on the floor. And just take a few deep but very gentle breaths in through the nose and then exhaling through the mouth. Do your best to extend the inhale and exhale for as long as you possibly can, physically and comfortably. And with each breath in, take in the sense of togetherness that we have here in the session today, and with each breath out, let go of the day that occurred before this time or the day ahead of you. One more deep breath in and out. Place your hand gently on your heart chakra there at the center of your chest. And just begin to gently pat or tap your heart chakra and repeat after me. Heart, teach my mind. Heart, teach my mind. Heart, teach my mind. I am here. I am here. I am here right now. Move your mind to focus on that spot where your hand is touching your heart chakra, and simply and quietly ask your heart which type of journey it most longs to go on today. A spirit walk or a soul journey. You may get those specific words, or you may get a description of something. If you hear in your heart something like, I need to forgive myself, or I'm looking for more healing, that is usually a soul journey. If you have a question about something, or you're curious, or you're just looking to bask in some love, presence, and support, that would usually be a spirit walk. If you don't get an answer at all, it means you're open to both. It doesn't mean your intuition is broken. And when you know what you want to do for today's journey, go ahead and put it in the comments, and we will begin the voting. Always curious to see what everybody ends up picking. One for Spirit Walk from Gwen. Two for Spirit Walk. Soul Journey. 2 to 1. Everybody's allowed to vote. Sometimes it takes a little while till you get some clarity on what you want to vote for. Allow it that space and that time. Two for Spirit Walk, 1 for Soul Journey. 3 for Spirit Walk, 1 for Soul Journey. Spirit's heavily in the lead with 4. Anyone else want to vote? Everybody else must be neutral. Open to either one. That's it. It's fascinating. Anyone else want to vote? If not, 1 more minute. Okay, Spirit Walk it is. Fantastic. Jack, do take care. She's got to bow out, it says. Great to be here with you all. Yes, even for a short time. Have a wonderful journey, everyone. Jack, be well. Sleep easy. All right, we're doing a spirit walk, my friends. So you are already connected to your hearts because we were just listening and asking for what kind of journey today. So I invite you to close your eyes. Rest your feet flat on the floor. Check one thing. Excellent. And today we are going to go on a walk with our spirit guides. I invite you to continue to place your 1 or more hands on your heart, right at the center of your chest, on your beautiful heart chakra. And keep your focus there on your heart. If you've already come into this session today with a question in mind, make that your singular focus, where there is no other thought or focus or consideration except that one question. And if you're not the visual type, that's totally fine. As I guide us on the journey today, listen to the words and the descriptions and tap into how it will feel. I'm not always particularly visual myself, but the benefit comes from actually connecting with the feeling of the energy of the journey. So don't fret or worry if you can't see much. Just follow the flow of how it feels. As we take a moment to set our intention for this journey, we ask the universe to buoy us with its strength, to support us with its love, and to open our hearts and minds to any wisdom and guidance that is revealed on the journey today. Do your best to clear your mind of any thought other than what you intend for this journey, whether it's a question, meeting your guides for the first time, or simply just hanging out and basking with them. Our spirit guides are always and forever with us, always ready to help at a moment's notice. All we need to do is but ask. Begin by moving your mind's eye into the very center of your chest, peering in at the energy of your heart space. Your heart glows with love, with divine wisdom and divine strength. Make note of the kind of light that your heart is emanating, the kind of glow. Perhaps it is a particular color. I'm always partial to a white or a white gold, but sometimes it can take on a green, a blue, or an even red for me. But see and observe what color is your heart chakra at this moment. And allow that light surrounding your heart, that beautiful glow, to continually shine bigger and bigger. And imagine for a moment, if you will, that very energy, that glow of your very life force, temporarily steps out of your body, standing next to wherever your body is sitting, hopefully comfortable. And just look at your body as a mindful observer. Look how peaceful and calm and centered and grounded it is. As you look upon the very vessel that holds your being, you feel a deep appreciation for all of it, even the parts that might be challenging or painful or achy. How amazing that we have these bodies, a vessel for our soul. And as you reflect on this, you begin to hear the sweet music of a harp playing softly from somewhere far behind you. You turn to observe where the music is coming from. And as you do so, your surroundings completely shift and change. You're on a beautiful white sand beach on the shore of a crystal blue ocean. And far in the distance, you see a singular rowboat gliding magically across the surface of the water. You can feel the ease in which it is moving. You can feel the very force of the magic which compels it closer to you. And standing in the middle of that boat, dressed in the most beautiful white gown, is a single figure, and they are playing a harp held in their other hand, their other arm. The music is lilting, lyrical, soothing, and each note you can hear as though it was the song of a bird, as the beat of a heart. And as the boat draws ever closer to the shore, you can feel the music literally swimming around you. As you turn and look, you can see the bars and the notes swirling around you as though you were in a Disney movie. Some of them are bouncing off of you at different body parts. The lines of the music are literally wisping their way around you, playfully dancing under your arms, around your head, behind your back, through your legs, up and down. And as the boat gently arrives on the shore, the notes and the bars that are floating around you simply dissolve into stardust. And the figure gently emerges from the boat. They stand before you looking straight in your eyes, and they play one beautiful chord on their harp. And then the harp disappears. And they hold out their arms in welcome, and they say, "Welcome, dear one. And it is so good to see you." Take this moment, my friends. Be the mindful observer and take in every characteristic and attribute of this figure standing before you. What is their hair style like? What is their hair color? What expression is on their face? What color is their eyes? Describe to yourself the gown that they are wearing. Is it a brilliant, bright, clean white, or is it more of an off-white? Are there fancy attachments or decorative aspects to the gown? Is there any frill or special hems? How does it fit upon their figure? And when you're done studying all these details, look deeply into their eyes and simply say out loud, "I am ready." "Very well then," they say, and they reach out and they take your hand in theirs and they lead you to the boat. And once both of you are securely standing in the center of the boat, they turn and their harp magically appears again, and they play one beautiful, long strumming chord, and the boat begins to move again. They play another brief chord and the harp disappears, and they turn to you again and they say, "We understand that you are here seeking guidance or comfort or love. As we continue traveling across the water, I am curious, which of those three are you most seeking today?" And pause for a moment, my friends, before you answer this guide. Are you seeking guidance? Are you seeking love? Are you seeking comfort and support? And whatever it is, tell this guide, And as you speak the words, you realize that on some level, you know this guide, but you can't quite place it. They notice the curiosity in your eyes, and they completely and immediately understand. You see, dear one, we have always been with you ever since you were first born. We are always and forever here by your side. It's not always too easy to notice us or to recognize our presence, but myself and all your guides are here for one singular purpose, and that is to assist you on your journey through every ebb and flow, and twist and turn, every straight and narrow path, as well as every winding and curving path. We are always here for you. So your recognition of us is a feeling one, an energetic one. Myself, you may have met me before, or you may have not, but fear not, rest assured, for I know you very, very well. And they quickly stop what they're saying and turn and face forward, allowing you to think on this, to think on their words. The rest of the journey by boat continues on without any conversation. And you begin to hear a humming sound, as though a great chorus of voices are humming in synchronization. The melody and the harmonies are rich, but soft and subtle. And it gets louder and louder as the boat you are on approaches an island. This island is full of ancient ruins that appear to have been kept in pristine condition. The stonework and the brickwork is quite elaborate, as though constructed by loving, caring hands and thoughts. This singular guide in the boat reaches out and gently helps you ashore, and together, hand in hand, you walk to the center of the island, and there, gathered around a small pool of water, are all of your guides. Hundreds, if not thousands of them, and they are humming a beautiful melody. You can feel the song of their hum gently wash over you, and you know that you are perfectly safe, perfectly secure, and deeply loved. The humming slowly, gradually comes to a soft completion. And the leading guide standing next to you says, "They are here, my friends, they are here." And your guides call out, "Welcome." You can hear the welcomes from all around the crowd, in different spots. Welcome, 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 welcome. Many different tones of voices, different energies, but all filled with the sweetness of love for seeing you. And then the crowd begins to part. And as they do so, you see a young one emerging. They're barely more than 5 years old. They may appear to look like you, or they may appear to look like someone else, but once again, you know them. "How can we be of assistance to you today?" says the young one. We are here for you as always. You need but to ask. Encouraged by their warm gaze and their loving greeting of welcomes, you begin to share your question or state your intention. Do your best to speak it to them as clearly as possible. I invite you to say it out loud in the physical if you are in an environment that will allow for that. But it's also enough to simply say it in your mind. Thank you, says the young one, and they return. And as they turn back into the crowd, they simply say, we honor and will answer your request. And one by one, the guides begin to approach you. Most of them coming to simply embrace you with one of the sweetest, most delicious hugs you have ever experienced. And this continues on for quite some time. And every so often there's a guide who will stop and place their hands on your shoulders and look in your eyes. And every time one of the guides does this, you can feel yourself dropping in ever more deeply, ever more softly, into this knowledge that all is well. After about 100 or so people, one guide stops and takes your hand and looks you deep in the eye and says, dear one, thank you for your asking, for in your asking lies the very growth of you as a soul, as a being, the very expansion of the universe. So every time you ask for assistance, whether it's a question or loving support or just groundedness and encouragement, whatever it may be, feel free to ask, for every time you do so, we all expand. We all become a little bit more. This conga line of support and love and greetings continues. And when the very last of the guides finishes giving you one of those amazing, delicious, loving hugs, the lead guide turns to you, whispers in your ear a message that is just for you and you alone. Drink it in, allow it to absorb into your being. The words that they use may not feel immediately like a direct answer to your question if you had one, but this is what you are needing to hear in relation to what you asked. They finish whispering in your left ear, and then they stand in front of you and look deeply in your eyes. Dear one, it is so important that on a daily, if not hourly or minute-by-minute basis, you do whatever it takes to remember that first and foremost, you are a soul. You are a spirit. You are energy. You are not a body that houses a soul. You are a soul that inhabits a body. There is a very subtle difference. And why do we share this with you at this time. It is the nature of your world right now, where things are unfolding at such a rapid pace and sometimes such a chaotic aspect, that as humans, there can be a tendency to over-identify with the physicalness of human existence. This is a surefire path to overwhelm, suffering, pain, and ultimately disconnection from who you truly are. But when you make an intention every day to do your best to connect and remember that you are first and foremost spirit, and second and least importantly, in a body, then you will begin to tap into more and more consistently the wisdom that you already hold in your heart. Your mind, my friend, exists for one simple purpose: to help you observe and process what is happening in the moment. But it is not designed for you to relive what has happened in the past or to predict what will occur in the future. That is the job of your heart. And as they finish the word heart, they swing around to your right-hand side and they whisper a private message in that ear, simply for you. It's a brief one, for they finish quite quickly. And you begin to hear the chorus of guides humming again. And even though a lot was shared with you today in many different forms and capacities, you realize that it is time to depart that island. So the lead guide gently ushers you back to the boat and helps you on board. But this time, they're not joining you. And fear not, young one, you are always with us and we are always with you, whether we are riding in the same boat or not. We will be here. We will be with you. Go with peace. Go with our love. And know in your heart that we always extend our blessings to you. And as the boat begins to glide away, the island dissolves into fog, disappearing before your very eyes. You turn to face the direction the boat is moving in. And this time the trip is much shorter, for in the distance you can see your body sitting in your chair and wherever you began. But this time you see an incredible glow of light surrounding it. Make note of the light, my friends. Make note of the color of it, the brightness of it, how far outside of your body it extends. And as the boat rapidly approaches, you find yourself once again standing next to your body. Deep appreciation for all that it does for you, and yet with newfound learning. I am not my body. I have a body, but I am not my body. And if I am not my body, then everything that is happening out in the physical world is of my body. But everything that happens inside of me, my thoughts, my feelings, my experiences. They are of my spirit. And today I claim them and own them as my own, recognizing that I always have the power of choice. Power of choice of how to see things, of how to look at things, of what to focus on, of what to think about. And if you're willing, my friends, make a pact with yourself that you will do your best on a daily basis to remember that power and to exercise that power. And as you make this agreement with yourself, you return back to inhabit your body. Take a deep breath in through your nose and let it out. Take another breath in and out. And then a third and final breath in, and on the exhale, make an audible sound, a moan, a groan, a hum, a sigh, whatever feels comfortable. Bring your awareness back into your feet and your hands. Allow that awareness to return to your legs and your arms, your hips and your shoulders, your torso and your head. Adjust or wiggle or stretch any part that might need it as you gently and gradually come back to the moment, to the here and now. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Hello, Brandon. Welcome back, everybody. Take your time, make the adjustment as gently as you can. That was lovely. I always feel so peaceful and full of love and so grounded after leading you guys. So thank you for that. How we doing? Now's the opportunity to share if you so wish, or just simply check in with how you're feeling. Knowing that this is a safe, open space, you can share anything about your journey or how you are feeling from that. Yes, still processing, Gwen says. Allison says, beautiful with stars. April has a heart and thank you hands. That one had a very sweet quality throughout all of it, didn't it? A lot of flow and a lot of sweetness. For those that don't know, I never know where we're going. Things unfold intuitively for me. I usually try to start us off with a first step, if you will. Like for this one, I knew that we would be leaving our body and standing outside of it to look at it for a moment, but I had no clue. I never know exactly what will unfold. So for me, it's always taps into my curiosity and deep sense of wonder and mystical magicalness to see how it unfolds. Yes, very gentle and tender, April says. Gwen, what are you processing? What part, or all of it, maybe? If anybody wants to share about the question that they asked their guides, if they had one, or their intention, and then what messages they received with the whispers, you are more than welcome to do so. I just want to sit and bask in that for like another 20 minutes. Honestly, that's how good it feels. That's how sweet and tender it feels. Oh, you expected a certain guide. Interesting. Who was the lead guide? Did you recognize them visually, other than feeling-wise? Not sure. Well, maybe that's something you can bring into, I don't know if you have a meditation or a contemplative or yoga practice, you could bring that into it. Or just talk with them on walks or something, find out more about who they are. Often I found that the details of the guides' names and who they actually are don't always matter to me, but I will also say that it is nice knowing if they have a certain name and who they are. I was quite pleased years ago to have met my great-grandmother, Maria, because she's from Italia. She's Italian. And to find out that she was one of my guides was quite sweet. Somebody I had never met in my waking life, because she probably died even before I was born. Oh, an angel, Gwen says, or something more divine. Yes, quite possibly. Our guides can be anyone. Our guides can be ancestors that we never knew. It can be people that we've known in our lifetime who have passed ahead of us. It can be angels. It can be spirit animals. It can be people or beings from other civilizations or other dimensions. It's really quite open who our spirit guides can be. I have one particularly potent one, although I haven't talked to him a lot lately, but I used to talk to him all the time. And he actually was alive at the turn of the, he was alive at the late 1800s, 1890s. He died shortly after 1900, like in the early 1900s. And he was a channel too, and he was a minister and a medical doctor and a holistic doctor. He was into holistic medicine, which is amazing. I did, like, to think about holistic medicine in the U.S. at the early 1900s is pretty amazing. Allison says, I asked for comfort and support as I walk this path as openly, as fearlessly as possible, for courage. And the messages were interesting, Gwen says. You want to share them, Gwen or Allison? What did you hear? And if anybody would like a clarification about something from their journey, please feel free to ask it in the chat. This is not a time for open-ended questions. It's more questions of clarification about the journey. Oh, that's fine, Gwen. If you don't feel like sharing, we have no problem with that. I hope that the messages were helpful. Yeah, good, wonderful. Glenn says yes, for sure. Allison heard, it was always you, which I would love clarity on if possible. All right, I will ask. It was always you. Take guidance. Dear Allison, this is a very powerful message for you. It has many different layers energetically and spiritually speaking. The first and foremost, we may not actually cover all the layers, but the first and foremost, which is the most important, is that this message is conveying the sense of who you are as an eternal spirit. And this is a very potent knowing when you can truly embrace the concept, and more than just the concept, but really incorporate it as a belief, and then the most deeply as a knowing that you are eternal. Your energy does not disappear or dissipate when the body passes. You continue on as an eternal spirit, as part of Source, as part of the universe, constantly in relationship with the growth and expansion and the evolution of the universe as a whole. For it is through you, as well as all of the individuals on the planet, that universe becomes conscious of how to expand. So it was always you, first and foremost, means that. Secondly, it is a call for you to return to your heart more deeply than you ever have before. Now, returning to one's heart, we understand, we honor and respect that this is not always an easy journey. And sometimes it is filled with challenges and difficulties, but these are built in by design, not to give you a hard time, my dear, but to allow you the opportunities to remember who you are. Because imagine if you had a completely blissful and perfect life. What would there be to cause you to remember how important it is that you are an eternal spirit? Yes, indeed, you could live a life full and constantly full of gratitude and appreciation, but you most likely would never grow. For in the process of bumping up against the grist of life, the process is the whole point of life. Within the process of bumping up against that grist and that grit, you have the opportunity to re-examine what you think about and what you believe. You have an opportunity to question why you believe certain things, why you think a certain way, why you view X or Y or Z topic a certain way. And when you do that, every moment of questioning in that regard is an opportunity to grow and expand and become more of who you truly are. And so in a way, your message, it was always you, is the answer to everything that you may ask. For you are love. And ultimately, love is the answer to every single question. There's more layers to this, but that's enough for now. How does that fit, Allison? How does that resonate? So thirsty today. Would anyone else like to share about their journey? Oh, Gwen thinks it's amazing. Well, good. Hopefully that was helpful for you too, Gwen. Oh, wow, that was so lovely, says Allison. Yes, there was a deep space holding energy of that. The concepts. How do I describe this? So even though I'm speaking, you're welcome, dear. You're welcome. You're so welcome for that. Even though I'm speaking the words, oftentimes what I sense is going on is that they're holding a space energetically for the energy of the concept to penetrate first. So if you ever get a message and you don't quite understand it, tap into how it feels, okay? If the message is feeling, if there's a sense of reassurance to it, if there's a sense of clarity, even though you don't understand the words or the meaning of the phrase, if there's a sense of groundedness, if there's a sense of freedom, if it's light, if it's loving, if it's peaceful, right? Those are all, that's the energy of it seeping into you, right? If you're feeling confused by it, if you're feeling distraught by it, if you're feeling, those are reactions from the mind, right? And that may actually indicate that the mind is being a bit confrontational, that the mind is actually in some way confronted by the message that was shared with you. That's also a possibility. But a lot of times when I'm channeling a response like this, I feel like they're holding the space energetically for us first, and then the words just sort of come through it. And of course I receive in blocks of energy, sort of. It's not really, I don't hear voices necessarily. So thank you for your asking, Allison. Very, very cool. Allison says, I feel I'm about to burst in expansion and growth, and I'm also feeling it's not possible that little old me can do it. So it all fits and I feel it deeply. Yes. Well, that makes sense then. It was always you. And here's the thing, little old you alone probably can do it sometimes, but can't do it all the time. That you as spirit, you connected to your guides, you connected to community spiritually, you connected to all that is and to source, you absolutely 100% can do it. I remember when I made my decision last year to embrace my calling, I spent 2 different 6-month periods absolutely in fear of saying yes, knowing that on some level I wanted to say yes, knowing on some level that if I did say yes, amazing things would happen, but in absolute fear and trepidation of actually saying yes to it. So I put it off and I put it off and I made excuses and I came up with distractions and all sorts of stuff. And at the time, like I won't get into too many specifics, but I just distracted myself with other things so I didn't have to think about whether I was going to say yes or not. At the time, I was very judgmental about my own distracting myself. But once I said yes, all that judgment slipped aside, because the reality was that I just needed to reach a point, not the reality, but the essence of it was that I just needed to reach a point of accepting that on some level that yes was exactly what I needed. And I reached that point by realizing that if I did not say yes to my calling, I knew that spiritually I would plateau. I might grow a little bit, but that if I said yes to the calling, then I would grow and expand spiritually way more than I could even comprehend. And that's been the case after a little over a year now. And so it's very, it's easy to get off flow when I live from my mind. But when I'm living from my heart and answering saying yes to the synchronicities as they unfold, then I really get into a beautiful flow. Carol, yes, thank you for being here. I look forward to seeing you in another time. It's terrifying but exhilarating. Absolutely is terrifying but exhilarating. It's funny because I heard years ago that the flip side on the coin of excitement is nervousness and anxiety, right? So if you're ever feeling nervous or anxious about something, if you can find a way to flip it, the other side of that coin is excitement. And they exist in the same space, but it feels different depending on what we focus on. So, Allison, I'm looking forward to hearing more about all of your unfolding. Thank you for your asking. Does anyone else want to share about their journey or have any need for questions of clarification from it? Wow. we're waiting on that. If you want to see what's happening for me in my schedule and anything, you can just go to my teacher's link here at yaygreg.com. If you're on an Apple device and you feel like you would like to donate but don't want them to take their 30% that they take when you donate anywhere on the Insight Timer app, then you can actually go to my teacher link at all the way bottom of my link tree is alternate forms of donation. Feel free to use those. They don't do, Apple does not touch those. And anybody who feels like donating, I always deeply appreciate it. It's really nice confirmation that my work is touching hearts, and I love to celebrate sharing that abundance. Also, last week I started a brand new newsletter. I am loving it. The next edition or the next issue will be coming out tomorrow or on Friday. If you want to sign up for that, it's right here, news.yaygreg.com. And it's the best way to stay in touch and up to date about everything that's going on. I put my schedule in, I write an inspirational message at the top every week, and then I have a freebie. Last week it was this micro journey that I made, but those freebies might be something like a quick recorded message from the Council of Seven or some other video that I might make. So, but it's the best way to find out everything that's going on with me and to stay informed and connected. So I invite and encourage everybody who feels like it to sign up for that. I put my schedule on there, both the Insight Timer and anything off of Insight Timer. So that's why it is the primo resource for that. Well, the group seems a bit quiet today, which is fine. Everybody must be processing or tired. Gwen, I'm in Fort Collins. I've been here for almost a month. I can't believe it. I got here on October 15th. So it's coming up on 30 days. This is not where I'm actually staying, this literal, oh, this is my friend's stuff. I'm not staying with her permanently, but since I just started this new job, that's going to open up, this part-time job is going to open up really amazing opportunities for me. I probably will do some more travel, maybe go south for the winter a little bit more, and who knows, you might see me from different environments going forward. Eventually, I will settle down somewhere. I might even bilocate. I might have a home in the US, and then my dream right now is to go live on Tenerife in the Canary Islands. But life's what happens when you're making other plans, so I like to leave myself open to the synchronicities. But in my heart, I am feeling called to to land there and be, or I'm really feeling strongly called to anything Spanish. Every time I hear Spanish lately, I get goosebumps and chills, like I'm supposed to learn it, I'm supposed to master it, I'm supposed to be living in Spanish culture or something. I don't know, I haven't figured it out. I just know that I have this really visceral, deep response when I hear Spanish. So, kind of love it. I also want to learn salsa. I want to learn how to dance salsa. So, if there's nothing else, my friends, I will close early. Well, that would be San Antonio. What about, tell me about San Antonio. Is that where you are? You are in San Antonio. I think the company I just started working for has a show in San Antonio. Huge Spanish community. Well, I bet it's warm, right? What's your temperature today? We're 52 right now at 3:15 p.m. 80. I'm jealous. I love being warm. My body just loves it. Well, I don't know. I'll take it into consideration. If you're inviting me there, I'll think about it. Could be worth a stop, but right now I'm called to the Southwest. It would be fun. Someday maybe I'll get to see all of you. Whether you show up on a Zoom or come into, maybe someday I'll have a live or an offline retreat, and people can just show up and we can we could be together physically too. That'd be fun. Alrighty, any other sharing or questions? Now's the time before I wrap up and go have a fun rest of my day. Gwen, drop me a line, send me a message in Insight Timer with your favorite link, a link for your favorite thing about San Antonio. Or you can use my teacher's link here and through socials or email or whatever. You can send it that way too. Yeah, that'd be fun. Do that. Your favorite thing, a link to your favorite thing in San Antonio. Well, I want to see what you enjoy the most about it. All right, my friends. I think that's it. I see my friend Dee. How are you, Dee? So I don't know my schedule for lives for next week. It's looking as though it might end up being. I've been doing Wednesdays, but I think I'm gonna actually switch to Fridays. That's because this company I'm working for has this really cool policy where they have they commit to no meetings on Thursdays and Fridays. So that way people have just that clear time either to work or to be out of office. It's a part-time job. That means that I could do my stuff with you guys on Fridays, since looks like I'm gonna have a meeting every morning, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So that's new in my life. Dee, I'm so glad you're good. It's always a pleasure to see you. If anybody wants to support any other teachers, Dee is a lovely one. You work with burnout, if I'm not mistaken, right? Burnout and overwhelm. I might have that wrong. Just if you feel like it, Dee, just put a little bit in the chat about what you could do so people have a sense. It'd be cool. Anybody else a teacher here that wants to get some love? I mean, Carol Lawrence is a teacher. I don't know her personally, but you could certainly check her out. She was here, but she left. It says Carol is a mystic, spiritual development mentor, intuitive channel, and author. That's cool. That was a good description, Dee. Yes, burnout and overwhelm. So it's lovely having experts like that who understand these things and can guide us through them. So thank you, Dee, for being of service to that. Thank you, Gwen, for your donation. It's muchly appreciated. I take it in my heart and I celebrate you sharing your abundance with me, and together we will share it elsewhere. All right, my friends, I'm gonna wrap up. I have a walk to take before the sun sets and then some fun to do. I hope that the rest of your day is beautiful and it unfolds with grace and joy, and whatever message you got today, if you need any assistance or if you feel called to getting any assistance on unraveling it or making sense of it, please feel free to reach out to me. I welcome that kind of communication. You're welcome, Allison. Thanks for having you here. And I'm going to be talking to you soon, Allison, about the questions for the council. Oh yeah, if you sign up for the newsletter, there's a really special part to it. This is unlike anything I've seen for anybody else, but every month I'm going to be doing a recording of questions from people who are subscribed to the newsletter, the questions specifically for the Council of Seven. It could be anything. It could be questions about the universe. It could be questions about a concept or something happening on the planet. It could be a personal question, or you could ask for a family friend or whatever. Any question goes. And then with Allison's help and other people, I'm gonna be just going into the channeling state, and I'm gonna stay there, and we're gonna record it on video, and that's gonna be available only to subscribers of the newsletter. So definitely go check out news.yegreg.com if that sounds interesting to you. Obviously, if it doesn't sound interesting, I will see you here in Insight Timer, and no worries either way. So I am going to send you guys off. Have a great rest of the day. Sending you lots of love and blessings, and do be well. See you soon. Thanks for being here. I really appreciate it.